All right, thanks very much, Steve. Governor Cuomo's campaign is said to be challenging the residency of Democratic candidate Zephyr Teachout in court tomorrow, questioning whether she's lived in New York for 5 years. That's a requirement to run for governor. Teachout is a Vermont native, but she's dismissed the claim, saying that the challenge is without merit. But she and her running mate, Tim Wu, are said to be treating this as a real threat to the campaign. To weigh in on this new development, our political analyst, the New York Post political columnist, Fred Dicker joins us now live from Albany to talk further about this. And on the surface, it seems as if Zephyr Teachout, maybe in theory more than in practice, serves as a threat to the governor. Is that pretty much how you see it, Fred?
No, I think she is a threat. Let me just say, she's not set to be challenging. She is challenging him. She's in court tomorrow. The governor's in court tomorrow, trying to kick Zephyr Teachout off the ballot. He's being represented by one of the best-known election lawyers in New York, the former Senate Democratic leader, Marty Connor. This is a serious effort by the governor. It's below the radar screen. Nobody knows who Zephyr Teachout is, except Democratic primary voters who on September 9th may go to the polls and embarrass the governor badly. I mean, just think of it. The governor of the state of New York having to try to knock somebody off the ballot. He's doing it, Liz, because he's worried. And if he fails in court this week, he may very well be embarrassed by this and give Zephyr Teachout some momentum.
Yeah, what would he be worried about? When I say in theory rather than in practice, I mean, there is no question of her knocking him out, is there?
No, that doesn't appear likely. But if she gets 25 or 35% of the vote against an incumbent Democrat, that's a national story. Zephyr Teachout represents the left wing of the Democratic Party in New York. They've been very critical of the governor. They're usually the most motivated to go to the polls. Usually it's the conservatives for the Republicans and the left-wingers or liberals for the Democrats who go to the polls. So if they turn out in large numbers in September, which is possible because they have support within the powerful teachers' unions that don't like the governor, and give her a big vote, this could be a major embarrassment to the governor. Otherwise, why would he be trying to knock her off?
Well, you wonder if there could not be backlash from this mere effort itself. Do you think?
Well, it's certainly possible, but Zephyr Teachout is not just a run-of-the-mill kind of oddball, eccentric character. She got almost 40% of the vote when she was almost a nominee of the Working Families Party. She's a law professor at Fordham, has some serious money behind her, not the millions that the governor has, but hundreds of thousands of dollars. And there is a degree of enthusiasm for her, which those of us who've been trying to cover the campaign are aware of. I mean, she does have a following.
All right, so, Fred, there's a lot riding on this for the governor, certainly.
Yes.
Is there any reason to think that she will be found ineligible?
Well, it's certainly possible. You have to be a 5-year resident of New York to be able to take over the job of governor. So the governor's people are claiming that she's never made quite 5 years here, that she's really a resident of Vermont. She says that's false, that she can prove it and will prove it in court. So it's going to be very interesting. If she's knocked off, the governor can relax about a challenge. But if she wins, that's going to be big news, especially in the New York City media market, and will propel her to a higher vote total than she would otherwise get. So it's a risky move by the governor. Doesn't appear he's going to lose, but he could be very embarrassed by it, and this could be something that he has to be very concerned about.
All right. Well, I know you'll be following it. We'll look forward to talking to you about this tomorrow then. Thank you very much, Fred. And Fred's on the radio as well, live from the state capitol. It's weekday mornings, 10 to 11 on Talk 1300 AM.